Right, hello and welcome to the EEPROM 9, and welcome to part 2 of the IBM 5150 restoration, where I've gone through cleaning the motherboards, cleaning up all the contacts with contact cleaner, doing the battery acid off. You may even notice the casing of this looks much cleaner, especially when you compare it to the monitor. Keyboard's not too bad. Yeah, gave this a wash down with a hose, and also a bit of Jif, or what is now called Sif, and apparently WD-40 makes good rust remover, so we'll be doing that on the case once we have tested it. But I thought I'd do first power up, well, second power up technically, and see what we get. So we first start with the monitor, which works, as you will see shortly when the EHT charges up. As you can hear, it makes a horrible high-pitched buzzing noise. Ugh, horrid. And see if we have anything. Have I plugged the monitor in? Are we getting anything whatsoever? Last time we're at least getting the display actually doing something when you powered it on. We're getting positively nothing. We're still in the land of the dead then. There should be a little cursor that appears up here. Hang on, bear with me. We're going to pop it open and play with the cards. Yeah. That's the fifth duh I've done today. Turned out I haven't plugged in the power. I hadn't plugged in the power supplies to the motherboard. No wonder it was doing diddly squat. Right, let's try again. Ah, you gotta love being human. You're just prone to dumb mistakes. Right, let's see if we have any success this time. Whether it does exactly the same thing it did before, or whether it actually does the right thing. Well, I ain't seeing a blinking cursor. So it looks like it's still dead. Well, that's depressing, but not entirely unexpected. So this thing probably has a track that has been eaten through somewhere. I don't know which way is contrast up and which way is contrast down. But yeah, it's hard to see. Yeah, it's still in the land of the dead. I'm going to see if we get any beeps or signs of life when it technically goes through its memory check. It should beep if it errors or something. If it beeps, then it might be worth grabbing another monitor and trying that. It could be the card or the monitor, if that's the case. If we get a beep. So we've got the exact same symptom as before. Now we've plugged in the power supply back in. Not entirely surprising. And this is why, folks, I hate NiCad batteries. So the motherboard still has a bad case of being dead. Oh dear. So obviously it wasn't corrosion in the chips causing it then. Okay. Right, looks like we need to get desoldering some ICs and checking for any burnt out and dissolved traces. I was hoping it was not going to be that, but to be honest, that's what it's most likely to be. Some little trace is burnt out under one of the chips that had all the acid around it. I hate NiCad batteries. I want to destroy them all. The clock could have something to do with it. Now this has got a 14 megahertz crystal in it, and this is a 20 megahertz scope. I'm suspecting something fishy, and if the computer ain't got clock, you're not gonna have it booting. One of the vari-caps for the clock is very wibbedy-wobbedy, so that needs addressing. Very much it does. So let's get to work. Yeah, I think it's worth replacing that vari-cap and retrying. That vari-cap is not in a good state, and probably sort of in the case of being dead. One of the problems that this machine has. I'm beginning to... at least we're making progress, troubleshooting. Let's replace that vari-cap and see what we can get the machine to do. I'm going to find out what it is and see what I've got in my inventory. Maybe splice something a bit more rudimentary on. Always the way. Whatever gets it working, that's all what matters to me. I've gone and replaced the offending clock capacitor, which is all wibbedy wobbedy. That's sitting up in my lair somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's either on the floor or the bed. With just, well, I don't really have any way of measuring these, so I just stuck a random one in, so we're going to see what that does. And if I really want to see the frequency, I can just hook up my frequency counter, and to be honest, it should be with it somewhere in the PF range. As long as it is, that's all good. So let's put it in the machine and test it, see if that makes a difference or not. Hopefully it does, because then it shows signs of progress. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to do the bit I don't want to and start desoldering chips to look underneath them and chip sockets. And I really don't have the equipment back from uni yet to do that, which will make this turn into potentially a 4-part series. Because yes, I'm covering the cleaning of the case and how I'm derusting it. And also the electrolysis I plan on actually experimenting with too. Because there's certain components like these things you can just throw in a tank of water and electrolysis it, and that gets rid of rust too. Good old electrolysis. Right, the thing is assembled, it's all plugged in. Do we have anything? No, we're still with the same result on the oscilloscope, even with it turned up to the max. Oh, hang on, let's play with the trigger modes. No. Oh, man. This is beginning to completely fox me. Any suggestions are certainly welcome to what the fault... Anyone with any suggestions to what the fault could be, please do mention them. Because I'm getting to the stage where I'm getting completely and utterly confused. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? Got any suggestions? Throw them in. I need them. Let's pop the frequency counter up and see what we get. Bear with me. So the scope's useless. Fair enough. Okay, it's running about 14 megahertz, 14.31 megahertz, which is pretty much bang on the crystal's frequency, which is actually good. It's not particularly stable at this end. They say let's say that's the first unit, that's the negative first, that's the -0, -1, -1 digit, Anything past that is not exactly quiet, but it's jumping between 20 and 19, so it's like 0.01 megahertz worth of noise. In fact, if we knock it to kilohertz, you can see it actually go every so often. In fact, it's more stable there, it's more jumping around because it's not as accurate there. So it's still pretty stable clock actually. Okay, it's 51, wow, that's a big change, but yeah, it's looking like the clock's not the problem then, which is fair enough. At least we're getting conclusive analysis through test equipment, even though the test equipment itself is rather long in the tooth, with the newest bit that I've used so far being the oscilloscope. Yet you'll still hide your secrets to why you're not working. What else can I do? Not really sure. We should be getting a blinking cursor in the top corner and we're not. I don't have long, but to sum up, any suggestions, please make them. Motherboard's reasonably clean, but but there could be a hidden trace. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and please report back any advice you have on getting this thing operational.